Welcome to this Killik Explains finance video. This week, why investors must be Scamsmart, a brand new FCA campaign, and let's explain why and one new tool available to you if you think you might become the victim of a scam. So, a refresher and that new tool I mentioned. It won't happen to me. 5 of the most dangerous words in investing. The reality is rather different when it comes to scams and fraud. So recent FCA findings, and there's more on this, but I'm going to cut to the chase, the key findings if you like. Only 42% of us think we know how to spot a scam. That's worryingly low, less than 50%. 53%, more than half of over 55s, think good deals require fast action. And that's a shame, because that's exactly what scammers hope you'll think. They'll time lock an offer, hope you'll take it from them before you've had a chance to think properly about it or seek advice. And on that theme, 34% of over 55s are reluctant to discuss investment decisions with anybody else, their family or an advisor who is qualified to actually offer proper advice. So those stats are a bit of a worry. So let's take a look at this area, bearing in mind that the average loss at the moment is around £32,000 as a result of some kind of financial scam or fraud. Now, how do they do it? You're bright. How do they persuade you to part with your money? Well, the answer is the opportunity arises in several areas at the moment. Pension freedoms mean that people can withdraw lumps of cash from their pensions in a way they didn't used to be able to, and then invest them or spend them. That is happy days for fraudsters and scammers. It's an opportunity. In a low-yield world, people are looking for investments that offer an above-market yield. So there's another opportunity for the scammers. And of course, these people are often charming and sophisticated. Their phone calls use lots of techniques to try and get you on board, as do their letters, as do their emails, and so on. So above market returns, that's the obvious one. Earn 8, 10, 12% easily, low risk. Remember, risk and return go together. So any offer that's too good to be true should be ignored, but people don't, because they also employ flattery and charm. These people are good at what they do. Secret deals, that's the idea that this deal is only open to you for a certain amount of time, so take it while it's on the table. And social proof, lots of other people have benefited. Here are some case studies, here are people that got rich quick this way, and so on. And people do fall for that combination of charm and slightly credible sounding offers. So watch out. What should you do about it then? And here's where the FCA have introduced a very new tool for anyone who's in doubt. So the FCA reckon, first of all, never take unsolicited recommendations. Easy for me to say. If you get a letter or an email or a phone call from someone you've never heard of before, doesn't matter whether they're selling financial services or double glazing, put the phone down. Take impartial advice before investing. Always think, ask a member of your family. Put the phone down, think, does that stack up? Check with somebody else. Check with a properly qualified and registered advisor. And make sure you look on the FCA register, see if the person who's just spoken to you or contacted you is on it or not. And the new bit is this warning list, and that's an extra tool the FCA have introduced. So check the name of the firm on the register. Also check what you've been offered on the warning list if you're tempted. Now the FCA warning list is a web page basically, and there's the web address for it. What it does, it's very, very straightforward. It gives you 2 boxes. It says, and this may be a bit small, how did you find out about the investment? Drop down menu number 1. What are you considering investing in number 2? Now if you can't read that, it doesn't matter. Check out the web page at that address, but essentially it's a way of checking the information you've just been given, and if it comes up here, chances are you've been offered something a little bit dodgy. List of potential dodgy products coming up. Problem with fraudsters is they keep inventing more, of course. So, no less a person than Nick Hewer, Apprentice fans will know him, has said this is a fantastic resource for anyone who's unsure. So if you really can't put the phone down, which is sort of defense number 1, check the investment on this web page. Defense number 2. Now, it's not just about pensions. People think, oh, this is all to do with pensions, isn't it? I have done videos on pensions fraud in the past, but actually it's wider than that now. Pension scams are still popular. Pension freedoms means you will get unsolicited free reviews. Let me look at your pension. Let me assure you that you've got the money you need in retirement. Let me tell you about how much you can withdraw tax-free and so on. Let me give you early pension release. Don't wait till you're 55. Pull the money out before then. And or let me tell you about this loan scheme that will give you tax-effective pension withdrawal before the age of 55. All of that is largely nonsense. The rules are the rules on pension withdrawal. It is 55, the minimum age. 25% is the maximum tax-free withdrawal, but scammers will try and persuade you otherwise. However, watch out, because knowing that people are focused on pensions, of course, what's happening is scammers are coming up with all kinds of other schemes. Some of these have been around for a while. Some of them are new. Now, this is not a comprehensive checklist, but everything from options to carbon credit trading to land banks, Graphene's another one, rare earth metals, restricted US shares, shares and forex scams. And sometimes they'll come at you and say, we can get you in to something that other investors can't. Or there's a time deadlock. In other words, act within a week and suddenly you'll get a much better price than everyone else. So watch out. If you're offered anything connected with any of these products, best to either put the phone down or at least do that check on the FCA's new webpage. Now it's a queer as folk. FCA research, just finished off, reveals, and this is rather odd I find, 14% of over 55s and a quarter of over 75s do no research on financial products at all. Or if they do, they just look at the website they've been offered by the fraudster. That's crazy. It takes about 5 minutes to make a phone call, it takes about another 5 minutes to set up a dodgy website. So that is not a good enough check. 55% of us invest without consulting anyone in the family. I mean, logically, at least talk to your spouse, talk to son, daughter, parent before you invest, because they might know better. And yet we spend £36,000 on average on financial investments as opposed to £25,000 on building work. In other words, we're spending a lot of money and not putting much effort into it when it comes to financial services products, which is odd. Why would we put more effort into researching holidays, cars and houses than we would investments? I know investments aren't quite as interesting, but that's no excuse for just handing your money over blind, if you like. Now the last word. I'm going to leave it to Nick Hewer again. If you are contacted by someone offering an investment out of the blue, just put the phone down. That's your best defense. These people can be persistent. They might then bombard you with letters, emails and so on. If you're not sure, go back to that FCA warning list page. Okay, that's everything from me. So editor@killik.com with queries. If you're worried, don't forget that FCA web address earlier on. And if you want to see videos on a range of topics related to this, including that pensions one I mentioned, please go to killik.com/learn.